Hey guys, Alex Khan here, and we are going to take a look at this Scavage Predator made by NECA. But obviously this guy was based on an old Kenner release of a Predator back in the 90s. So this is a more up-to-date NECA look at him. And the reason why I got this guy is he is actually a Super Predator that wasn't seen in any of the movies. So I thought that was pretty interesting. There's another Super Predator not seen in the movies, and that is the Nightstorm. But I don't have him. But I do have this guy. So let's talk about this guy after we take him out of the box. So this box isn't as old as it looks. It was made to look really old. Again, it was inspired by the Kenner. Oh, look at this cool, that is spear or a combi stick. Put that back here. And he comes right out. Boom. No twisties in the back. I'm very happy about that. Let's take out his biomask, which looks very distinctive. From what I understand, this is just a repaint of Nightstorm's biomask. I guess one limb at a time is the way to do it. Yeah, he's gonna fall. Okay, so this is what he looks like outside of the box here. I like how his wrist blade's already extended. I don't like taking them out and then putting them back on to make it look like they're retracted. I'd rather just have them sticking out like that. Or maybe they can come up with a better system for retracting their blades, maybe. That's his back. His dreadlocks seem pretty stiff. And he looks kind of bow-legged. If you look right here, it looks kind of bow-legged. He does have accessories. I'll test out his articulation in a second. But let's put on his biomask here. And from what I understand, this biomask is just a repaint of the Nightstorm's biomask. But that's kind of fitting though, because as I said earlier, the Scavage Predator did worship the Nightstorm Predator, even though he doesn't really follow his beliefs. This should be interesting. Okay, so there are little open areas here where it'll just slide down his mandibles, I think. At least I hope so. Oh my gosh. There you go. Oh, that's awesome. So I was very careful not to snap his mandibles off. So I went from the top and then slid him down, and I avoided his mandibles. So he looks pretty cool with the mask on, the biomask. And I want to put this spear combi stick in his hands. It looks very unique because of this handle here. And obviously he has a human skull at the end of it. So let's see which... It's probably going to go in this arm. In this hand, because there are no other hands to put on, and his other hand is closed-fisted. Okay, so that's him with his two accessories, his combi stick and his biomask, and I love the way he looks, but I can already see that I might have some issues with him. He seems to have the old school Predator NECA articulation when they first started releasing the Predators, but I'll talk about that in a second. That's his backside, and I do like the color scheme on this guy. And you don't see many Predators colored this darkish green color. So I think that makes him pretty unique, aside from the fact that he is also a Super Predator. And his biomask, as I said, it is looks to be a retread of the Nightstorm's biomask. But those two masks make him very distinctive from other Predators. Alright, so let's go look at his articulation now. And here is my problem. And it's with his torso and with his legs. So this does look like to be the old articulation style when NECA first released the Predators. So instead of a ball joint connecting the two legs by the pelvic region, it doesn't do that thing where it splits. I hate that. I mean, I prefer that. This one has this swivel here by the thighs. See that? I don't like that. I really don't like that. But yeah, you can move it up and down. You can twist his shins. You can rotate them like that. There is bendability on his knees. Again, he does look kind of bow-legged here. I don't know if that's why it's like that. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. So he does move his feet down here. The arms, they do kind of go outward. It bends at the elbow. You can move his hands pretty well. You can also swivel his wrist like this. seems to be the same on both arms. His right hand is a closed grip. His left hand is kind of open, so that's where you put the combi stick. And this wrist blade seems to be stuck where it's at, and I'm okay with that. The plasma caster goes like that. Does not travel back and forth like a lot of other plasma casters to do on the NECA Predators. You could twist him at the hips, but there is no midsection in his torso that would also make him articulate. So yeah, I guess really my only problems with this guy are the middle of the torso and then the articulation by the pelvic region. All right, so with his accessories on, he looks really cool. But even without them, he looks pretty cool. But yeah, very distinctive with the Nightstorm inspired helmet or face mask, and also very unique with the green skin color, because you don't really see that kind of skin tone on other Predators. But yeah, this guy is also unique in his backstory. He is, as far as I know, the only Super Predator who actually follows the Yautja honor code. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. So what that means is this guy actually has honor. But from what I understand, he does have a sick fascination with Nightstorm. Nightstorm is the first Super Predator, and he's the reason why there's a rift between the Yautja and then the Super Predators. You might have seen the Super Predators in the 2010 Predators movie. They're a bit bigger than your classic Yautja Predators. But yeah, he still has an honor code, but apparently he keeps to himself a lot. I think he only has a few people that he does admire, and one of them is the Cracked Tusk Predator. And I did see a picture of the Renegade Predator, so maybe he could be friends with him too. Also, he does have a Predator Hound that he keeps around, so I could see that. You know, a loner's only friend would be kind of a dog. Let's go ahead and compare him next to some other NECA Predators. So here he is next to some other Kenner-inspired NECA figures. So over here we have the Stalker Predator that glows in the dark, and then over on this side we have the Laser Shot Predator. And here we have him next to NECA's newest release of Predators at the time I made this video. This is the Ultimate Borg Predator, and here is the Ultimate Scout Predator. Since he loves his Predator Hounds, that's him next to a Predator Hound. And here he is standing next to a more famous Super Predator. This is the Berserker Predator from the 2010 Predators movie. And this is him standing next to the Colonial Marines from the Aliens movie. So he towers above the humans. Overall, this is a very fantastic figure, and even though he has a very little articulation, I still like him for my collection. But I actually got him more for a video project that's coming up, just because of his Super Predator background. But now that I put all of his gear on, he looks really sweet. So very awesome collection, or very awesome addition to my collection, my growing collection of Predators. So it's very interesting that this Super Predator would actually have some kind of honor system. Although I'm going to argue that the Falconer Predator had some sense of honor from the 2010 Predators movie, because instead of blasting the Japanese guy away, he actually decloaked, and then he fought the Japanese guy in plain sight with his own melee weapon. And I think eventually I might want the Nightstorm Predator just to stand him next to this guy, even though they apparently come from different time periods.